Hello, my name is Michaela Goodrum, and I'll be talking about the business model canvas for a company called Trek10. The business model canvas is a way to explain the rationale behind how the organization creates, delivers, and captures value. The business model is made out of 9 segments, each answering a unique question. For any company, defining what you are providing to the customer is a very important thing, and this information is put in the center, or the value proposition segment. After that, you must define your customers in the customer segment. This segment focuses on who the customers are, what they want, and what they can pay for. Next, in the customer relationship and channels, which details how the customer interacts with the company and how the company reaches these customers. Next is the key partnerships, which are the strategic alliances between non-competitors with the company in question. Key activities and key resources talk about the activities and resources, including people, that are needed in order to complete or support the final value proposition segment. Finally, we get to the money. The cost structure segment is used to discuss the cost of the business, like employees or hardware that needs to be acquired. And revenue streams talks about how the company plans on making money from the customer segment. This model can also be broken up into 2 main pieces. The front end, which focuses on the customer and the interactions with the company, which includes segments like the customer segment, customer relationships, channels, and revenue streams, and value propositions. The other segment makes up the back end, which mainly focuses on the internal structure of the organization, or the things the customers would not see. Trek10 is a company that specializes in leveraging tools and AWS managed services to design, build, and support cutting-edge solutions for companies. They are based out of South Bend, Indiana, and were founded in 2013. They are currently in their seed round of funding, where they received $850,000 based on information from Crunchbase.com. Their current hallmarks are scalability at low operating costs. This is an overview of the Trek10 business model canvas. Each segment will be discussed in more detail. First, we will discuss the value proposition for Trek10. The value proposition for Trek10 is very large. Trek10 provides cloud-based services, mainly working with AWS. One of the major services they provide is tech support. They provide 24/7 cloud ops support, so companies can call them about cloud-based issues or things that were designed for them. They also provide team support, which they have their engineers act as an extension of the business team and allows them to provide support and hands-on collaboration for new projects. They mainly work with AWS platforms to provide services like building and designing IoT architectures and serverless applications that allow enterprises to take the full advantage of the AWS platform. For example, the IoT architectures focus on building backends that can scale both in functionality and capacity to support additional services and future product lines. Now to dive into the front end of Trek10. The customer segment includes businesses or enterprises that already use AWS but want to build on top of it or on behind it. Those who use AWS but want to increase the effectiveness of it, and also those who may just be starting out with AWS and want to create a system that is customized just for them. The relationships between these businesses and Trek10 are through 24/7 customer service, in-person, tech support, or consultations, and self-service. They provide 24/7 customer support that shows vulnerability detection, uptime monitoring tools, customer pages where they can interact with Trek10. They can also do this themselves with the pages and software Trek10 allows the users to access. Team support is to promote it mainly for those who are working on building the knowledge of AWS but want to accelerate the process, where they can act as extension of the team. The channels Trek10 uses to get to their customers is word of mouth from businesses who may have previously worked with them, marketing, and also being a part of the AWS partner network for consulting. The revenue streams include contract fees or service fees for any of those services that they provide the companies. Now for the back end. First, the key partnerships are companies who they use their software to build and develop on it for. Amazon's AWS is the main partner, as they are a part of the partner network, as well as they're mainly focused on developing and designing for Amazon's AWS. The other partners include Serverless, Framework, Datadog, and Cloud Guru. They use Cloud Guru during the team support, which offers cloud education, and it can provide certificates and hands-on labs. Some of the key activities include software development, where they update the websites and tools, also tech support and consulting, and finally marketing and PR, so they can acquire more businesses to either become customers or to become partners. Some of the key resources Trek10 has are their employees, and that includes software developers, marketing, sales group, everything like that. Finally, the cost structure. Trek10 has about 11 to 50 employees, according to Crunchbase, which they would need to provide salaries for. They would also need to pay for equipment, marketing, and the last thing they would need to pay for is training for these employees, because right now they boast that they have highly trained and qualified AWS employees, so that would incur some cost. Overall, I think Trek10 has a good model. They have a good value proposition that matches their customer segment well with all the services they provide to customers. And also, since the customers probably want more than one service with them, the revenue would probably be larger than the cost. And this could also be true since they're based out of South Bend. Thank you for your time.